Chris, thank you. A stretch of Interstate 55 in central Illinois that is back open again this morning after closing again due to dusty conditions yesterday afternoon. Fox 2's Laura Simon live at Illinois State Police with the latest on that deadly pileup that happened during the first dust storm on Monday. And Laura, unfortunately, we're hearing the death toll in that crash has now gone up.
Sadly, Margie, yes, we are learning from Illinois State Police a seventh person has died after that horrific pileup crash that happened earlier this week. More than 36 people were injured. This all happened about 75 miles northeast of St. Louis. And take a look at this video. It truly looks like a scene from a movie. You'll remember a windstorm kicked up clouds of blinding dust from farm fields Monday morning, causing a series of crashes along I-55 there in Montgomery County near Vernon, Illinois. The highway was closed in both directions overnight Monday so crews could clear the road and investigate. It reopened around 6 in the morning yesterday, as you'll remember, when Chris Renier was out there. But then state police actually had to close a 20-mile stretch of I-55 again yesterday because of similar conditions. It reopened after 5:30 last night when the winds finally calmed down. But we did learn about that seventh victim on Tuesday as well. Investigators say because of the severity of the damage, what they first believed were the remains of one person inside of a car actually ended up being two people. Dozens of cars and semis crash into each other, some bursting into flames. And we actually spoke with one driver who describes this as a near-death experience.
I went on this side of the trailer, of the truck, and I'm glad I did because there's two red cars. They creamed that back of that truck. So if I hadn't moved, I would have been creamed myself. And then I pulled up further and got out. I just went ahead and went from vehicle to vehicle trying to find people.
In total, 72 cars were involved. 7 people died, and unfortunately, we do know that number could go up as we learn more about the 37 people who were injured. They range in age from 2 to 80 and have injuries from minor to life-threatening. The county coroner has identified one of the people who died as 88-year-old Shirley Harper. She is from Wisconsin. 3 other victims have tentatively been identified, but there are 2 adults who passed away, and they have not been able to be ID'd by police. One person we do know is driving a blue Chrysler 300. The other was in a Hyundai. Police could not determine the color or model of that car because of the extent of the damage. So police are asking anyone who might know who these 2 people are to call the number there on your screen, 618-346-3653. But meantime, state police do say that they are investigating every aspect of this deadly pileup crash, including looking at some of the black boxes on some of the cars involved. They're also looking at any farming operations that were going on at the time that may have caused this dust storm to start. And police do say that they have a command post set up in Vernon, Illinois, where people can start picking up their cars beginning at 8 this morning. Most of the vehicles will be released today. More info on that's on our website, fox2now.com. Reporting live here in Collinsville this morning, Laura Simon, Fox 2 News.